Assalamualaikum students, and I'm your teacher Miss Maria, and welcome back to your English class. And this video is for class 6. So students, today we are going to do page number 61 of your textbook. So take out your textbooks and open your page number 61, and also take out your pencils for writing date and day on your page. Today we are going to read about the comma. That what is this comma? Okay, the comma is used to divide sentences into smaller parts in order to clarify their meanings. Why we use comma? Because to divide the sentence into smaller parts. Why we divide the sentences into smaller parts? Because we want to clarify their meanings. There are three main places in a sentence where a comma can be inserted. In this lesson we are going to read about the three main uses of the comma in a sentence where we can insert the comma. Number 1, after introductory words and phrases. For example, however, nevertheless, otherwise, of course, yet, thus, for example, moreover, consequently. Okay, all these are the introductory words and phrases, and they are always followed by the comma. Whenever you wrote however, you are going to write it like this: however, then comma, consequently, then comma, moreover, then comma. Okay, and for example, you are using this however in the middle of the sentence. Okay, and it is not the start of the sentence, then you will also use the comma after the last word, and then space, and then however, and then again the comma. Okay, so you will have to use the comma after the introductory words and the phrases. And if I look at the examples, we wanted to visit my grandmother, however, then comma, we were all very tired. Ivan did not know how to get there at all. Of course, then comma, she finally got lost. It was good that you arrived here, otherwise the consequences would have been unthinkable. Okay, number 2, around phrases that provide further information about the preceding noun. Okay, for example, we have noun phrases. Okay, whenever we are going to use them, so we have to use the comma at the end of the noun phrase. Okay, a phrase that provides more information about a noun always has commas around it. Let's say Ramli is a noun. Okay, so we have to use the comma after this noun, and then the captain of the team. It is describing this noun, so this is the noun phrase, and it is, we have used comma before and after this noun phrase. Stepped forward to receive the trophy. Move to the next page, page number 62. Next, folk tales is a noun. Okay, and stories with morals, so it is describing more about the folk tales. So this is the noun phrase, and it is followed by the commas, are found in every culture. The man president of the country, it is describing this man, which man, okay, knelt and wept. So look at the commas. Number 3, around the direct address. For example, you are talking to a person. Okay, the direct address always has commas before and after it, and you are telling him something. आप उसको कुछ बता रहे हैं. ठीक है, for example, I had said something, and you have to tell it to the other person. ठीक है, and you are using the exact words of mine, that will be the direct speech. But if you are rephrasing those words in your words, that will be the indirect speech. So whenever you are going to talk in a direct address or direct speech, you are going to use these commas. Take a look at the inverted commas, right? सही है. So this is the use of, these are the 3 uses of the comma, that you are going to use this comma as after introductory words or phrases, then after the noun phrases, ठीक है, or before the noun phrases, and then around the direct address. ठीक है, these are the 3 main uses of the comma which you have read today. Okay जी, now we are going to do similes. A simile is an expression that compares two things with each other by using the words as or like. The following sentences uses a simile to compare Dexter to a fish. Dexter swim like a fish. They are comparing this person to this fish, that he can also swim like this fish. Like for example, that it is showing that he is also very good in swimming. Okay, so similes are those expressions which can compare two things with each other by using the words as and like. Okay, as and like. It is an expression that compare two things with each other by using these words as or like. फॉलोइंग सेंटेंस यूज अ सिमिली. तशबीह देना, किसी आपने उर्दू में पढ़ा होगा तशबीह देना, ठीक है. तो ये तशबीह देना किसी को किसी के मुताबिक कहना, या उसको कहना कि ये तो उस जैसा, जैसे शेर जैसा बहादुर कहते हैं, ठीक है. एज स्ट्रॉन्ग एज लायन. सो दीज सिमिलीज आर ऑलवेज फॉलोड बाय एज एंड लाइक, ठीक है. देन you may ask yourself, what is about Dexter that makes him similar to a fish? It does not that he looks like a fish or that he smells like one. It is that he swims like a fish. I have told you about this, okay? That's why they are comparing Dexter to the fish, because he can swim like the fish, okay? Similes are extremely common. You probably used or heard one today without knowing it. So they are saying that maybe in your daily life you are using these similes, but you don't know that you are using these similes. He is like a bull, so clumsy he almost crashed into me. ठीक है, बुल क्या, ठीक है, वो भैंस या बैल तो नहीं है, ठीक है, but we are asking him like or saying him like that. She wouldn't listen to me at all. She is as stubborn as a mole. Those children, they are like monkeys. Why? Because they always make things very difficult, okay? And they can't sit peacefully in a one place, okay? Similes are commonly found in poems and stories, where you can find them more in the poems or in the stories. They are used to make sentences more vivid, interesting and memorable. Why we use similes in a sentence? To make our sentence more vivid, more clear, more interesting and more memorable. Read the following sentences. Which of these sentences do you like better? Rosita is very pretty, or Rosita is as pretty as a flower. Her dress was white in color. Her dress was as white as snow. The old lady worked extremely hard to make a living. The old lady worked like a slave to make a living. The horse ran quickly across the field. The horse ran like a streak of lightning across the field. Then what similes can you come up with to compare something to a newborn baby? Work in groups and share your answers with the rest of the class. So I like the second sentences because they have used the similes in them, and they are making the sentences more interesting and obviously more vivid, more clear, okay? Because I can imagine that, okay, she is that much pretty as flower is. Her dress is as much white as snow is, okay? So we use similes to make sentences more vivid, interesting and memorable. Now take out your activity books and open your page number 27, and now we are going to do the activity book work of these two topics. The first one is the comma. The comma is used to divide sentences into smaller parts in order to clarify their meanings. There are three main places in a sentence where a comma can be inserted: after introductory words and phrases, and around phrases that provide further information about the preceding noun, or around the direct address. So I have explained it to you in our lecture, okay? Now we are going to do the exercise of it, and students, don't forget to mention the date on your page, okay? Now read the following folktale and insert commas where necessary. So now what we have to do, we have to insert the commas in this folktale where we have to put them, okay? The Price of Greed by J.E.B. Gray. Once upon a time, put comma after this because this is the introductory phrase. In China, and don't forget to mention comma after this, there lived a certain old tiger. Every day, put comma after it. He would take a ceremonial bath and call out to the passers-by as he sat at the edge of a pond. ठीक है? Hello travelers. Take this golden bracelet. Then after one day use comma, a certain traveler, after traveler use comma, called Li use comma, was attracted by greed on hearing the words of the tiger, and he thought to himself, this is a lucky day. Li use comma after it. Here you can get a golden bracelet. However, use comma after however. I must not be hasty. This is very risky. What is the tiger? Use comma after tiger. A dangerous animal. Use comma after it because this is describing more about the tiger and this is a noun phrase. Giving away bracelets. Then, therefore, use comma after therefore. He called aloud, where is your bracelet? Then comma, then tiger. The tiger stretched out a paw and showed it to him so that use comma after it. Li could take it. Nevertheless, use comma. Li hesitated. How can I trust you, tiger? He asked. Use comma after this. ठीक है? The tiger replied, listen, worthy traveler. Put comma after listen. Long ago, put comma after ago, I was most certainly very wicked and I killed many cows and many worthy humans. Consequently, use comma after consequently because this is a starting word or introductory word. My wife and my children died as a result of my sins. Now, use comma after now. I have no heirs. One day, comma, a saintly man advised me to practice charity and to lead a holy life. Therefore, comma, I followed his advice. Now, comma, I take ritual baths and give presents. I am so free from all desires that I am willing to give away this golden bracelet. Now I admit that it is difficult to overcome the belief that tigers eat people, but I say to you, use comma after you, traveler, come and bath in the pool and accept the bracelet from me. Li felt confident at the tiger's words and entered the pool in order to bath. However, he found himself stuck deep in the mud and was unable to run away. Don't eat me, tiger. Use comma after me. Li called to the tiger. Okay, and also use comma after this. These inverted commas. These were the last words that Li spoke. He was killed and eaten for his greed. Okay. Story was very clear, and it is also very clear to you that where to put or insert the commas, and don't forget to do it on your activity books. Now move to the next page, page number 29. Now we are going to do the exercise of the similes. A simile is an expression that compares two things with each other by using the words as or like, as I have told you earlier in our lecture. Now we are going to do the exercise of it. Read the following folktale and underline all the similes in it. A noble Brahmin's sacrifice by J.E.B. Gray. There once was a king called Vikramatunga, who lived in India. He had many loyal subjects whom he looked after, and he was as wise as an owl. Underline it, as wise as an owl. किसकी तरह होशियार? आउल की तरह होशियार. ठीक है. This is a simile. One of his subjects was Viravara, a nobleman who received money from the king every day. Sometimes the king wondered how loyal Viravara was. One night he watched Viravara like a hawk. Underline this, like a hawk. He watched him, okay? Standing outside his palace, as still as a statue. Okay? Underline it. Suddenly they heard a woman crying in the streets. Go, Viravara, said the king. Find out who is crying in my country. Viravara went to look for the woman, and the king followed him like a thief in the night. Underline, like a thief in the night. When Viravara found the woman, he asked her who she was. She spoke like a ghost. Underline it, like a ghost. I am the goddess Earth. The king you serve will die in 3 days' time unless you kill your eldest child. Okay, Viravara was sad, but he went straight away to his family home, and there again the king followed secretly. Quickly, Viravara woke his wife and told her what had happened. We must do as the goddess said his wife. We cannot let our king die. Our loyalty is to him. We must follow him like soldiers. Underline it, like soldiers follow a general. So the couple woke their 2 children and went to the temple. Viravara told his son what was going to happen. His son was as brave as a lion, underline it, as brave as a lion. If I must die, I should do it for our king. The king, who was standing at the back of the temple, was amazed at the son's bravery. Viravara chopped off his son's head as quickly as lightning. Underline it, as quickly as lightning. Then his daughter kissed the head and died of grief. Her heart had burst like an overfull dam. Underline it, like an overfull dam. When her daughter died, Viravara's wife said she could not live. Viravara built a funeral fire for the 2 bodies, and the mother threw herself in it. Suddenly the goddess spoke. You have done well, Viravara. You may have anything you wish. I wish for my family to come back and for the king to live 100 years. Your wish is granted, said the goddess, like a loving mother to a good child. The king returned to his palace, amazed at what he had seen. The next day he asked Viravara about the crying woman. Oh, I could not find her. She ran away from me. When the king heard this, he thought to himself, this man is the finest in my kingdom. He is like as a son to me, like a son, underline like a son. And he made sure that Viravara's family received gold, horses, palaces, and jewels for the rest of their lives. They were as rich as emperors for the rest of their days. Underline, as rich as emperors. Now, choose 3 similes from this folk tale. Can you rewrite them to make them more interesting and memorable? Use each in a sentence. Now you have to pick 3 of the similes and then you have to change them into the sentences. Okay? The first one which I have used is and as wise as an owl. So the sentence is the judge in the high court was as wise as an owl. Then number 2 simile which I am going to use, as quick as lightning. When police chased the thief, he ran as quick as light. I'm going to hold it. You can pause it and write the sentences on your book. Now move to the last one. A thief in the night. Sentence says Sarah entered the house like a thief in the night. Okay? So what you have to do, you have to write it on your activity books. Don't forget to write it on your activity books, and secondly, don't forget to mention the date on your pages. Okay, and if you found any kind of confusion, then ask me in the comments. I will try my level best to cover it. Okay, and I will meet you after our Eid vacations. Till that, stay safe, stay at your homes, and Allah Hafiz, students.